from New Hanover County Schools Television. Three-time Blue Ribbon winner for the North Carolina Schools Public Relations Association for Outstanding Electronic Media. This is your School News.
Welcome to your school news for the week of November 11th through the 16th, 2013. I'm Talfa Everett.
And I'm Alexei Mizhuev. Topping our newscast this week, Board of Education holds November meeting. New Hanover High School holds first 5K Diamond Dash and Catwalk Run. And Ashley High School Drama Department presents The Tempest.
Our top story this week is the New Hanover County Board of Education's monthly meeting. We have the board notes for the meeting held on Tuesday, November 5th at the Dale K. Spencer Meeting Room on South 15th Street. Our very own E.J. McGonigal was on hand at the meeting and joins us with coverage and a complete rundown of the board notes. E.J., we understand that this was an information-packed meeting.
This month's meeting of the Board of Education was light on new business but extremely heavy on a number of important issues confronting the school system. The meeting kicked off with recognitions of achievement. Sharon Cicero from Laney was recognized for her award as North Carolina Air Force Association's State Teacher of the Year, and Barbara Ussery from Castle Hayne was recognized as the Outstanding Elementary Mathematics Teacher of the Year. The information section of the meeting was the real meat of this November meeting. Deputy Superintendent Dr. Rick Holliday gave a presentation on curricular and co-curricular activities by the school system. The Human Resources Department presented an insightful report on the impact of the Affordable Care Act and its implications for the school system. Also from the Human Resources Department was an informational session on the state's new teacher tenure legislation. This new legislation will eliminate teacher tenure, moving teachers instead to 1-, 2-, or 4-year contracts, with only 25% of the school system's teaching staff eligible for a 4-year contract. The state's goal is to have this program in place by the 2017 to 2018 school year. Most board members expressed disbelief in the plan and outrage over the treatment of teachers.
This is very, as you said, so many unintentional consequences and so frustrating to the teachers. This is just not fair.
Other items in the information session included a presentation on a land lease agreement with the local soccer association to build playing fields at Murrayville Elementary and a budget development committee report. Under new business, the Board of Education approved the items to be placed on the surplus list and sold at auction. Also approved was the renewal of property insurance coverage with the North Carolina Public School Insurance Fund for 2013 to 2014. There was some debate over the Gifted Advisory Council Committee, approval of board members, and changes to their bylaws. Both the Amplify contract and the Earthwalk Sole Source resolution were approved by the school board. However, the Presidential Youth Fitness Program Professional Development Sole Source resolution was tabled due to a lack of information regarding the true need of the expenditure. The Ames Staff Development Workshop Sole Source resolution, the 2014 to 2015 school calendars, and the Content Literacy Continuum contract were all approved by the board. New business was wrapped up with the approval of the nomination of Snipes Academy of Arts and Design for the North Carolina School Board Association's Award in Excellence in Architectural Design, Fee Schedule Committee Report, and Recommendation. Policy 7413 regarding report cards. The next regular Board of Education meeting will be Tuesday, December 3rd at 5:30 p.m. at the Board of Education Center, 1805 South 13th Street. As always, if you cannot attend the meeting in person, you can tune in for the rebroadcasts Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., Friday mornings at 8 a.m., and Sundays at 1 p.m. Board meetings can also be watched online at www.nhcs.net under the School Board tab. That's your board notes for November. Back to you.
In other news, the Scholarship Committee from the district's high schools have made their recommendations for this year's seniors to represent New Hanover County schools in the very competitive process of becoming Moorhead Cain or Park Scholarship recipients. The Park Scholarship Program provides an outstanding educational opportunity for exceptionally talented and well-prepared young men and women to develop leadership skills and committed to public service. The 4-year scholarship to North Carolina State University covers tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, and more. For a complete list of all the students nominated for these scholarships, go to the school system's website at www.nhcs.net. Moorhead, Kane, and Park Scholarship winners will be announced in March 2014.
New Hanover High School held a basketball fundraiser last week. Held on the school's campus, the first annual 5K Diamond Dash and Catwalk Run was directed by WECT weatherman Colin Hackman. Close to 100 runners and walkers participated in the first annual Diamond Dash, and another 100 spectators and volunteers were at the event. It was a great course that went through Carolina Place among the beautiful older Wilmington homes and trees. A few parents that have been involved in organizing 5Ks thought of the idea. They wanted something different and new as a fundraiser. The Diamond Dash was the 5K part of the event, while the Catwalk was the natural name for the 1 mile fun run walk. Participants of all ages were at the event, from preschools to alumni from the class of '55. Following the run, a post-race reception was held with food donated by local restaurants. Trophies were designed by kids making it, were awarded to the male winner, student Tristan Geaver, and the female winner was New Hanover High Spanish teacher Jennifer Burdett. Browning Orthodontics was the lead sponsor for the event. An overrun raised about $3,000, which will go towards New Hanover's basketball programs, helping to purchase uniforms, providing meals for the team, and paying entry fees for tournament play.
The Tempest is considered to be Shakespeare's last play performed in 1611 for the King James I. This weekend, Ashley High School Drama Department will present this classic production on the main stage at the Minnie Evans Performing Arts Center. Beginning with a storm and a shipwreck, the Tempest unfolds on a magical deserted island. We get this report production from Chase Fulton.
Written 400 years ago, The Tempest ranks among Shakespeare's wittiest and most magical comedies. But when the curtain rises on the Ashley High School production being staged this weekend, Prospero, the exiled Duke of Milan, unleashes a mighty storm that has tragic consequences.
The Tempest is an unusual play, but it's also very accessible. Being set on a deserted island, it's kind of placeless and timeless, and so you don't have to worry about, does it look like Verona, does it look like Denmark? I mean, it's an island. You can kind of do whatever you want with it, and it's not even that specific time-wise. It's got a lot of really fun fantasy elements to it.
The story of sibling rivalry, romance, and comedy, with more than a bit of magic and lots of redemption, The Tempest is one of Shakespeare's most loved plays. Full of contrasting themes, reality and illusion, freedom and domination, natural beauty and inhospitable terrain, revenge and the capacity to forgive. The production is giving the Ashley actors a chance to communicate complex ideas in a beautiful way.
I play the role of Miranda, who is Prospero's daughter. She has been on the island with him since she was 3 years old, and she is almost 15 at the time. She's sort of like your average teenage girl. She's a little more, she's rather innocent. She doesn't really know much about the world because she doesn't know anyone except for her father and her father's slave, Caliban.
Ashley's production emphasizes dramatic effect with lots of stage business. The role of the artist is explored through Prospero's use of his magic, and parallels can be drawn to Shakespeare's own sense of his artistry.
The biggest thing with Shakespeare is knowing what you're saying, knowing how to pronounce it, because it's like if you were doing an opera in Italian, you want to know what you're saying because you want to really show the emotions well enough so that the audience can know what you're saying.
Ashley's production of The Tempest is a delight. You'll wonder as you watch who has the upper hand in this brave new world, the native islanders or the educated voyagers. Reporting for your school news, this is Chase Fulton.
Now, when your school news returns, Creed Razin is here with the week's exciting lunch menu for forecast.
Plus, coming up, Murrayville Elementary School welcomes a rock and roll guest with a message.
This is your school news on cable and online. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
I'm John Stevens.
I'm Diana DeGarmo.
And I'm Justin Guarini, and we support music education. Kids who study music do better in school and in life.
Music education is so important because it is a great learning tool and it is essential for developing minds.
Music for me in high school and junior high
and all throughout my education had been such a great opportunity for me to express myself.
To support music education in your local community, go to www.supportmusic.com.
Welcome back to Your School News. This whole month, our B Block features a series of reports on keeping kids healthy.
When in school, a student's focus should be to learn important things like reading, writing, and arithmetic. To help them do that, New Hanover County Schools and its community partners are working together to offer services throughout the school system to keep students healthy.
During the month, our series Student Health and Well-Being will focus on the key programs that New Hanover County Schools has put into place to help with students' health.
Students need to be healthy in body, mind, and spirit in order to learn successfully. The wellness centers and operations at 3 of high schools are all about support for students to help them make the most of their education. The wellness centers provide care that includes health, mental health and substance abuse counseling, parent support and linkages, student success team support, and community referrals. We get the report on school-based health for teens from Cassie Williamson.
Through a partnership with the school system and Wilmington Health Access for Teens, 3 wellness centers operate in New Hanover County Schools, all offering prevention, education, early intervention, and screening to students and their families.
Well, we do a lot of sports physicals, health checks, immunizations, which provides, of course, preventative care. And then we treat common cold, strep throat, upper respiratory infections.
Care doesn't begin and end at the doors of the centers, but expands outward. The students using the What Wellness Center become connected to the essential preventive and primary care services, programs, and other school-based opportunities that create a healthy life at school and at home. The centers are open every day at school from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and are staffed by a multidisciplinary team of providers that include a family nurse practitioner, licensed clinical social worker, part-time registered dietitian, and a certified nursing or medical assistant.
Primary care, nutritional, and mental health services are all available to everyone, each patient that comes in. We really kind of look at it as a holistic approach. So even if somebody enters in on the primary care side, we're still doing screenings for any type of psychosocial concerns that may be there, substance use, things of that nature, and vice versa. Even if a client comes in for nutrition or mental health, our holistic approach is if there's a medical concern noted there, they're referred to the primary care side. So really, no matter what point of entry they come into, whether it's primary care, mental health, or nutrition, our goal is to be kind of screening and looking at all of those services and making sure we're making appropriate referrals across the board.
Last year, the centers provided on-site services to 242 students at Ashley High School and to 248 students at New Hanover High School. Studies have found direct links between school-based health center use and learning readiness. Users had a 50% decrease in absenteeism and a 25% decrease in tardiness 2 months after receiving a school-based mental health and counseling. What Wellness Centers encourage parental participation and partnership in supporting the health and well-being of students. The centers make every effort to promote a family-centered approach to the student's care.
You have to have parent consent to access the services at the Wellness Center. We do not see a student without parent consent.
Although partnered with the school system, Wellness Center services are not free. Centers do rely on reimbursements for services from commercial insurers and government programs. Wellness Center accepts private insurance as well as Medicaid and NC Health Choice. If a student does not have health insurance, financial assistance counseling is available, and no student is denied services.
But what we do is if a student is unable to pay at that time, or a family is experiencing some financial problems or challenges, we have what we call a sliding fee scale. And we also have a partnership with the Department of Social Services here in New Hanover County and have a caseworker embedded in our organization that helps with applications and enrollment and all those types of things to connect families to financial resources that increase access to health care.
New Hanover County Schools is fortunate to have such an outstanding partnership working each day to provide services for the optimal health of our teens. Reporting for Your School News, this is Cassie Williamson.
Thank you, Cassie. What opened the 864 square foot Laney Wellness Center with the help of financial support from the state and federal government sources and private donations? What has been approached by Hoggart High School, but growth and expansion of a fourth wellness center will depend on planning and securing of financial support.
Your teen's good health depends on so many things: avoiding peer pressure to drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes, getting enough sleep, exercising and eating nutritious foods. You can teach your teen many of these behaviors by being a healthy role model yourself. You can also consider these tips for helping your teen establish a healthy lifestyle. Emphasize the importance of responsible self-care, including regular exercise, nutrition, and good oral and skin hygiene. Talk to your health care professional if you're worried that your teen is overweight. Arrange for an obesity assessment and for an evaluation for the medical conditions that can be associated with obesity, such as type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. Don't criticize your teen's weight or body shape before starting any weight loss plan for your teen. Discuss your concerns with your teen health care professional. He or she may refer you to a registered dietitian or a weight management program designed for teens. Answer your teen's questions about sex honestly and provide resources to help him or her make safe and healthy decisions about sex. Make age-appropriate rules and enforce them. Encourage your teen to get at least 9 hours of sleep each night. Engage in regular discussion about the powerful influences of peer pressure. Keep the lines of communication open and avoid judging or preaching.
Join us next week as we continue our series, Student Health and Wellbeing. In the next edition of our special reports, we'll look at the mobile dental unit and oral health.
It's time for our week lunch bill of fare. Gone are the days of mystery meat and crabby hairnet wearing lunch ladies.
Across the country, school lunchrooms have gotten a facelift and a menu makeover.
Creed Razin, our lunch menu analyst, joins us now with the week's school lunch menu, so parents, students, teachers, and everyone working for New Hanover County school systems can plan their lunch times options.
Thanks, and welcome to this week's edition of Lunch Bill of Fare. The National School Lunch Program is a federally assisted meal program operating in our school system. Each week it provides nutritionally balanced, low-cost, or free lunches to children each school day. You might not know this, but this program was established under the National School Lunch Act back in 1946. Let's take a look at this week's selections. On Tuesday, November 12th, your entree choices are a meatball hoagie or popcorn chicken with a diner roll. On the side, macaroni and cheese, parsley potatoes, a garden salad, and fresh fruit. On Wednesday, November 13th, enjoy either General Tso's chicken with rice or a chicken egg roll. On the side are oriental vegetables, a garden salad, applesauce, and Jell-O with topping. On Thursday, November 14th, you have two great entree choices: teriyaki beef dippers with fried rice and breaded mozzarella sticks. On the side are glazed carrots, a garden salad, and fresh fruit. On Friday, November 15th, enjoy either a hot dog with chili or a chicken and rice soup with a biscuit as your main entree. Then on the side will be pasta salad, baked beans, carrot sticks, and a garden salad and a peach crisp. For the weekend, I've got my healthy tip. This weekend, try ants on a log. This is a classic celery sticks filled with peanut butter, almond butter, and cream cheese, dotted with raisins or dark chocolate chips. Remember, it's all about eating right. After the weekend, start the week with either Southwest chicken fajita with cornbread or an all-American corn dog as your entree. On the side, you can choose from northern beans, sweet potato casserole, or a garden salad and frozen fruit cup. Now taking a look once again at your lunch entrees for the week, you've got some great selections with some really great sides. Midweek has a strong oriental flair with General Tso's chickens on Wednesday and teriyaki beef dippers on Thursday. We end the week strong with an American classic hot dog with chili. That's what's on slate for lunch at your school's cafeteria, so don't miss any of these nutritious, delicious, and healthy meals. From the newsroom, this is Creed Rasson, reminding you that health and intellect are two blessings of life. Back to you.
Thanks, Creed. Don't forget, you can also catch the Lunch Bill Affair during the morning show here on the Learning Network and get lots of helpful nutrition information online at www.nhcs.net/nutrition. Now don't go away. Coming up, Murrayville Elementary welcomes a rock and roll guest with a message.
But up next, we've got your high school sports report with Russell Harrison. Russell will keep you update on all the games and upcoming weeks.
Your school news will continue after the break.
Hi, my name's CJ. A few years ago, my father became seriously ill. I did what I could do before he passed, but it took its toll. I lost my job, my house. I'm getting back on my feet, but I don't know when there'll be food on the table. How'd I do, CJ?
We could be twins.
Well, cousins, maybe.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Welcome back to your school news. It's now time for sports with Russell Harrison.
And welcome to Sports on Your School News. We are in the final week of conference action of high school football before they head into the playoffs. The Highgate Vikings defeated West Brunswick, and along with that victory, they also became the 2013 Mid-Eastern Conference champions. Congratulations to Highgate football team. I hope you continue to do well in the playoffs. Stay tuned, we'll have the playoffs information. Basketball season is coming up soon. The first game for boys basketball for Laney High School will be November 19th against White Oak. Laney will be playing at home. The Ashley Screaming Eagles have an away game and will head off to play against 71st on November 25th. Highgate will be facing Jacksonville at home on November 25th. And finally, New Hanover Wildcats has a while before their first game, which will be December 5th at the Holiday Classic. Finally, the Trask Middle School softball team are County Middle School champs. They did it with a perfect record of 14-0, although one or two games during the season were close. The Trask Bears pulled away in each matchup, soundly defeating each opponent. We have their feelings about this year's winning season in their own words.
They worked hard from the first day of tryouts. The whole group just worked hard. They did what they were supposed to do. They came out of the locker room every day, ready to practice, ready to play. You know, out of the 9 weeks, our season was 9 weeks, and I think we had probably 2 bad practice days.
When we first had tryouts, I could really tell that we were going to have a good team, and I could tell just from looking who was really serious with the team and who was not. And we had a lot of good players this year, and I could really tell that from the first day.
Well, at tryouts, we had a lot of good girls, and they all played good. And I knew a lot of them because I played with them before, and I knew that we had a lot of good girls from travel ball, and they all had good attitudes because last year a lot of our attitudes weren't so good that would bring us down.
I felt pretty good because I knew we had a bunch of new 7th graders coming in. They were pretty good, and we had returners from last year that were really good.
For the most part, all season we were steady. They were consistent, and that's one thing I'll say about this team. We weren't great at any one particular aspect of the game, but we were solid in everything. We ran the bases well, we played really good defense, we pitched well, and we got timely hits. You know, we got hits with runners in scoring position, and stuff like that is what is the reason that we were able to put together the record that we did.
Probably the first Myrtle Grove game, I think, was probably one of the most difficult because they had a lot of travel ball players and a lot of players who've been playing for a really long time, their whole lives, and so I think that was one of our biggest challenges this year.
For our first Noble game, we were tied for, we were 4-0, and we had to beat them in order to take the lead for that. And then our Myrtle Grove game, we were, we were slacking off at the beginning, and then we came back and beat them.
And then coming into the last game, the kids were focused. They knew what they had to do. You couldn't tell they were, like I said, this team, no matter who we were playing, pretty much stayed the same. They had the same, mindset and energy no matter who we played. And I'm sure they felt a little pressure, but they didn't show it in the way they played.
I was pumped. I was so excited. I was so happy that we had it, and it was because last year we didn't have a good record, so this year it was really good that I could spend my 8th grade year happy that we got our record.
I was really excited, and it was It was a great feeling because last year we didn't have the 14 and out.
No, I felt pretty confident every game and had a good idea of what it was going to be like.
Congratulations to Trask Middle School. That's sports this week. Your school news will be right back, so don't go away.
So, April.
Yeah?
You know your charger's still using energy when it's plugged into the wall, right?
Yeah, but that's not my charger. I don't even have a cell phone.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
Welcome back to Your School News. The month of October ended big for the students of Murrayville Elementary School. All month, the school took an active approach to bullying prevention. To wrap things up, local musician and motorcycle stuntman Dan Brentman came to the school to share his personal message to fight bullying together. We get this report from YSN reporter Johan Yellow.
Energy, excitement, and drum beats were bouncing off the walls at Murrayville Elementary when celebrity Dane Britt visited with music and a message for the students. The entire school crowded into the multi-purpose room to hear the locally born and raised Britt speak. The message of the day was to stomp out bullying. Britt told the students about his life and how he was bullied all the way through high school. He was forced to change schools, stuffed into a trash can, and had many other negative experiences. In an inspiring message, he told the students how he turned to music as an escape that led him to where he was today, playing music around the world.
A lot of the kids think that that I'm making up this story, but the story that I tell the kids is actually my story. I really had a lot of issues growing up with bullying and people being mean and things like that. I wasn't always the cool kid, so I know exactly where these kids are coming from. So I just wish there was, whenever I was growing up, that I had somebody that would have said it's going to be okay. You know what I mean? Just go about it the right way, and eventually, when everybody grows up, things will level off.
After telling his story, Britt answered questions from the students. They took a great interest in how he handled bullying, and their questions allowed Britt to provide more details to his message. And then it was time for music. Britt took to the stage in his drum set, and the crowd went wild. After his performance, the Murrayville students had a surprise in store for Britt. They created stop bullying rhymes and asked Britt to create a beat to go with their rhymes. Each grade level chanted the rhymes to Britt's beat in an exciting anti-bullying rally. The message, the music, and the rally really hit home with the Murrayville students.
I think it's amazing that Dan Britt is here because all of his drums were amazing, and I love that he's trying to motivate people to stop bullying, because when you get someone like that, everybody was just, gets, like, more like courage to stop it, and so I think that's great.
The visit by Britt was an excellent end to a month-long bullying awareness campaign at the school. The school plans to keep the fight against bullying going all year long. With visits like Britt's motivating and inspiring students, Murrayville hopes to stomp out bullying. Reporting for Your School News, this is Johan Yellow.
That does it for your edition of Your School News. Recapping some of our main stories. Board of Education holds November meeting. Watch here on TLN or online www.nhcs.net. New Hanover High School holds first annual 5K Diamond Dash and Catwalk Run, raising $3,000. And Ashley High School Drama Department presents The Tempest this Friday and Saturday, with matinee on Sunday.
Remember, Your School News is on cable and online. Don't forget to start your morning with our light and lively morning show weekdays at 6 a.m. I'm Talfa Everett.
And I'm Alexei Mazhuyev. On behalf of the entire YSN crew, thanks for watching New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network of Cape Fear.
Have a great day.